Wind River is directed by Taylor Sheridan and stars Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen, and among others. And this is the story of a
based off true events.
That's inspired by actual events that took place in Wind River, Wyoming, which is a Native American reservation.
Yeah.
And this is the story of a hunter, or I think is he a cop?
He's a wildlife game warden.
Okay, a wildlife game warden played by Jeremy Renner, who is hunting one day and discovers that there is this girl that is found dead in the snow. And he gets together with he gets together with a local police along with an FBI agent portrayed by Elizabeth Olsen to go ahead and investigate what happened to her. And now here's a little backstory. Now this film was directed by Taylor Sheridan, who, if you remember, was the writer of Sicario and also Hell or High Water last year.
And he's due to do the Soldado, which is the sequel to Sicario. He also was an actor in Sons of Anarchy, and this film is his direct debut.
Okay. Yeah, and I actually really didn't know much about this film going into it, because he actually was the one that talked me into going to see it.
Yeah, I saw the trailers 4 months ago, and it kind of gave me the Revenant film. And ever since I saw Revenant back in 2015, which was my best film of that year, I'm really drawn into those type films, especially with the whole white snow, the mountains, the whole Native American heritage. I love this stuff. If it's done high quality, it gets me invested. And when I seen the trailers of this, it had so much that Fargo without black comedy with it. Yeah. Without the dark comedy, because this film isn't trying to be like a drama part of Fargo meets The Revenant.
Yeah.
So, and then with Jeremy Renner, because I like Jeremy Renner, and the tone, the story they're going with drew me in, and I've been waiting to see this. The funny thing is, I thought it was a November release, and me and him were talking about going to see the two other films we just previously reviewed, and there you go. I looked in the Malca, and it was already out, and it's been out for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh shit, we got to see it.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think it was coming out to November.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't even see a trailer of this, and so I went into it blindly, not really knowing much about it, and lo and behold, I'm glad I did, because I was fucking glad to see this, because this was a truly great movie.
It was an impressive, great storytelling.
Great murder mystery.
Murder mystery, and this Sheridan guy, he can write pretty damn good, man. I've liked everything he's written.
Yeah, me too.
He's a damn good writer, and I hope we get to see him more in the future, other than sticking with just Sicarios, the series of those. I hope he can branch out and do more story writing, because this guy can write. And if he can get the right director, if he doesn't want to direct, man, they can make some damn good movies. Could you imagine this guy writing with Christopher Nolan or somebody?
Yeah, or hell, even
right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And so with this film, it's been a while since we've had really a great murder mystery. Mm-hmm. I think the last one that I truly loved that had a similar kind of premise to this was, surprisingly enough, was another movie called Mystic River.
Mystic River, back in 2003.
Yeah,
and that was my favorite film in 2003. Fucking damn good film.
Yeah. But anyway, this film, I was really gripped, because first of all, I'm gonna get my pros out of the way. I love Jeremy Renner in this. I thought he was really great, especially the way that he is trying to show his skills as a game warden.
Yeah.
And having to hunt animals, because we see at the beginning where he's hunting wolves and stuff.
And believe it or not, Elizabeth Olsen even did pretty good.
Yeah, she was great.
I thought she kind of reminded me of the girl from Sicario. That version of her.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, Emily Blunt. It was pretty cool, and she actually did pretty damn good. I did like how they captured the Native American, because Jeremy Renner has got a kid. He had a kid with a Native American woman, and he has a Native American kid. So he's close to Native Americans, because his the bloodline. He takes them to his grandparents. He kind of grew up with a lot of them. He has close ties with a lot of family out there, the reservation, so they trust him out there. And I'll tell you right now, this movie is very emotional, and it digs deep in tears, and you see a lot of damage like with the the family who lost this girl, and then there's a backstory with Jeremy Renner. They kind of dig into the story, and I'm not going to tell you, but that shit was fucking emotional too.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful because you got that family and Jeremy's tragedies of his past kind of like they come together, and that's why he stays so close to this one Indian guy he talks to. And it's pretty. I mean, I thought it was gorgeous, man.
It was, man. And Renner really showed a lot of great emotion, a lot of his scenes too, because
sad,
like
dude.
you can really see the way that he is having to have like that very stoicness to him, and you can really see like the tension surrounding him.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Olsen said the same way. Like she has a lot of the great emotional scenes where she really feels bad for a lot of the shit's happened. Where because she's basically the audience kind of character that's brought in to investigate what's happening.
Yeah.
Because when she's seen all the shit that's going down, she herself is having to deal with a tight situation.
And I'm not a Twilight fan by all means, but unfortunately I've seen the entire franchise with my ex, who was a diehard fan. And in this film, they use a lot of the Native Americans that were in that film playing the wolf pack in this film, and their performance was really good.
Yeah.
The father who's really crying about losing his daughter and emotional.
Yeah.
And is very emotional. He actually plays Taylor Lautner's father. In Twilight series. And he impressed me, man. A lot of people impressed me in this film. And then the girl who Jeremy Renner is with was Taylor Lautner's aunt in that franchise.
Oh wow, yeah. Okay, I've never watched Twilight movies, but I can only imagine that they were from those.
A lot of them are. A lot of the Native Americans in that they use because they're really good, talented actors, and they ain't got much. They ain't got like a whole asking of a big, like a big crowd of asking Native Americans playing movies. So
yeah. But another big praise too is that this film gets really intense. Like like when shit's going down, when they're investigating, you see like a lot of big twists and turns and brutality that comes out of nowhere, and it's built up so great with the tension that you can really feel it on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, and you get the cold feeling and chills of the atmosphere. The atmosphere and the cinematography in this film is downright gorgeous.
It is
beautiful.
Absolutely
beautiful, man.
When you see that snow and you can see like all the blizzard surrounding, it really looks fucking authentic.
Yeah.
Now it might, unlike say Revenant, which was actually shot in like that type area.
Yeah.
This one might not have been, but it looks really great the way it's shot.
It's not as gorgeous as Revenant as far as the atmosphere and because the cameras how they shot, but it's still gorgeous film.
Yeah.
And he captures the atmosphere and the mountains in Wyoming where they're at and the snow. I
captures a lot of the bleakness.
I love those type films.
Yeah.
They bring a lot to the story.
They do. It gives that bleakness surrounding it, and it is pretty depressing in some parts too.
And you know what I like about films like that, like The Revenant and this film, they actually shoot it on location. Yeah. So they are really dealing with the cold and the snow. They're not in some fucking cheap ass studio where they do it cheap. I hate that. But the emotions is there. The brutality is, I didn't think it was that brutal. Going into this, I didn't think it was going to show that much kind of blood and brutal fucking shots. This movie, unlike some of the films we've seen that had gunshots tonight, these look authentic and really fucking brutal. And they go in detail if somebody's dying. They instead of just doing that last second, I'm out of here, death. You get actual real fucking deaths in this where motherfuckers are it's showing detail of them
I know,
gasping
it's
air,
really
it's really digging deep into authentic. And not with that, I don't want to dig too detail on this, but I do praise them with this. There is this thing, I've watched a lot of documentaries of how Native Americans, in certain tribes are living really poor and bad conditions where they're having to make their own fires. They're living in campers, kind of really, where they're kind of been forgotten and pushed aside.
Yeah.
They capture that in this film. And it's actually really cool that he did go into detail on that, because I've actually seen documentaries describe how that's really happening to some Native Americans.
I know, it's very depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing because, they are beautiful people, man. I live in Oklahoma, a state of reservations. There's reservations all around me, and it's not as bad as they describe up there, but it was pretty cool that they went into detail into that.
Yeah.
So.
And then with that being said too, it was great that this film was also giving you stuff on the like the way that the mystery is playing out as well in the story. It really caught my attention because basically we don't know who it is until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do announce it, it's like, wow, that's really fucking surprising.
And they play this whole cabin fever type shit that happened is why shit went down.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it there. That's that. But if I really had any type of small cons I had with the film, really, I would say maybe the film maybe could have added more detail with the way things were going along. With like they could have added more, like more to the actual reveal and stuff.
Yeah, the reveal they could have done a little bit better. They also could have made a more like darker way with the villain, to, why the shit went really happened. But what they did was still good. It's just I felt like it's not more this movie has flaws. It's more about this movie could have probably done more than what it did.
But for what we were still handled with, it still did it great.
Yeah.
And with that, with that small little con I have, I still highly enjoy the film, and I want to go into more detail, but I don't want to spoil anything.
No, because
I do highly recommend you check it out.
Check this movie out. It is really good. I'm going to give Wind River a 9 out of 10.
And I agree with you. I'm going to give the film a 9 out of 10 as well. And I duly, Jeremy Renner once again shines in these type of movies, and I'm glad to see. I want to see more of them.
Do these kind
of
roles,
stuff.
Yeah.
So. For those of you who have also seen Wind River, what did you guys think of it? Feel free to like and subscribe to our channel, and if you like what you see here, you can also check out some of our other reviews as well, and we'll be seeing you on our next one. So until then, hope you have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Later.